Welcome to the international launch of Approaching the Future, Trends in Reputation and Intangible Asset Management. This is our annual contribution to the profession, and which we're proud and happy to have the Global Alliance as our worldwide partner. Today, you will learn what marks the business agenda and how organizations are already integrating intangible asset management in their day-to-day activities. As you may know, Approaching the Future is our second project that we work alongside the Global Alliance. In recent years, in order to further the advancement of the profession, we developed the Global PR and Communication Model. This was an action research with a contribution of over 1,400 professionals in over 47 countries. And together, we created the global standard to integrate the management of intangible assets into today's organizations. And in today's launch of Approaching the Future, we're also launching the Toolkit of Reputation and Intangible Asset Management. It is an online course to make these resources available for all professionals. Organizations have to adapt to constant changes if they want to survive. Darwin said, "The species that survive are those that adapt better to change." But how can you contribute to this adaptation in your professional life? By learning to manage intangibles in your organization in a practical and transversal way, and to understand that intangibles determine the activity of every organization and that they have become a source of value creation and protection. This is your great opportunity. With the Advanced Intangibles Management Toolkit 100% online, you will obtain all the tools to achieve it. 6 modules of content for successful management: purpose and corporate culture, brand, reputation and reputational risk, sustainability, strategic communication, key indicators to demonstrate the impact of intangibles on the business. In this toolkit, you will find the roadmap to address the main challenges that all organizations face. You will gain a 360-degree view of your company's main intangibles and enhance your professional capabilities. Do you want to contribute to your company's transformation? Join the intangibles revolution and master their management. Without further ado, welcome to Approaching the Future 2024, where I'm sure you'll gather some very interesting insights.
Welcome to Madrid. Here we are at Corporate Excellence Center for Reputation Leadership, a think tank created by large companies to help companies all around the world in managing in an excellent way their intangible assets, both reputation, communications, as well as corporate brand and purpose. And it is my pleasure today to present the results of our annual report, Approaching the Future, Trends in Reputation and Intangible Management. The reason why we carry out this piece of report every year is because our purpose is to help organizations, professionals, as well as companies around the world to manage their intangibles. So here we are with Justin, the president of Global Alliance.
Thank you, Angel. I'm absolutely delighted to be here today as president and CEO of Global Alliance, representing over 320,000 practitioners and academics across 126 countries worldwide. We are delighted to be part of this great report for this momentous occasion.
Justin, thank you very much indeed. And in fact, we have the privilege to have here Clara Fontan, the director of the study.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to having this opportunity and to share with you the key findings and the major issues that we have discovered with a great impact on business agenda. So today we will have the opportunity to discover this landscape of issues and giving you the main challenges and the actions plan that companies are facing today. So the plan is that we are going to make a short introduction, a video with a short introduction. Then we will have the global perspective of Global Alliance, our worldwide partner in this project. And then Angel and myself will try to summarize key findings in a easy way, if we can say that, to share with you the result of this year. So we are looking forward to sharing it with you and having you the opportunity to discover what we have as a roadmap for everybody and all the organization across the globe.
And please remember, this is not a report good for reading. It is something that you have to download because it's going to be useful for you on an everyday basis. Download it.
An essential tool for analysing the biggest global trends in reputation and intangible asset management influencing the business agenda. Approaching the Future is a unique guide that enables organisations to understand the trends with the greatest impact on the business agenda from a wide range of different perspectives. Above all, the report provides organisations with the right decision-making tools so that they can integrate reputation and intangible asset management into their own organisations. Approaching the Future is the Bible of responsible organisation management leadership. A must bestseller read for all organisations. After the impact of the pandemic, organisations are redefining their priorities, response in a reality in full transformation, characterized by social and economic instability generated to a large extent by the war in the Ukraine, growing social inequality, and the climate emergency. In the face of this uncertainty and unstable reality, the answer seems clear. There is a glaring need to advance the activation and implementation of corporate purpose in the form of promotional and responsible leadership. Results show organizations are increasingly aware of their role as drivers of change, representing more than 320,000 practitioners and academics across 126 countries worldwide. I am absolutely delighted to be here in Madrid today to launch Approaching the Future together with all my fellow colleagues right around the world.
Welcome, friends and fellow professionals across the globe. We are excited to have you join us today for the global launch of Approaching the Future 2024, Trends in Reputation and Intangible Asset Management, taking place today, September 30th, 2024. This report, part of the Global Alliance's World PR and Communications Month, offers a deep dive into the crucial role intangible assets are playing in shaping business strategies and decisions. As we celebrate World PR and Communications Month, September 2024, we are reminded of the dynamic and ever-evolving landscape of PR and communications. Together, through this and other exciting events across the month, let's explore, innovate, and elevate our practices, empowering professionals across the globe. Let's dive in. And thank you so much for being part of this special celebration. Together, let's make this month a remarkable journey of growth and discovery. Thank you and welcome.
Approaching the Future 2024 is here. This is a benchmark report on global trends in reputation and intangible assets management prepared by Corporate Excellence Center for Reputation Leadership in collaboration with Canvas Sustainable Strategies, the Global Alliance for Public Relations and Communication Management as a worldwide partner, and a wide network of collaborating entities.
This is the only report that analyzes the impact of intangible assets on the business agenda. And in its 9 years of history, it has become a compass for organizations to understand what are today's priorities in the business agenda and the main challenges they face.
And why are we doing this? Because we are immersed in a new economic and social paradigm, that of reputation economy and intangible assets, a scenario where the need to create long-term balanced value, to generate sustainable and non-copyable differentiation, and to become inspiring agents of trust. Approaching the Future provides organizations and their professionals with a tool for intelligence, foresight, and strategic management to help them navigate successfully and with excellence in this context.
And how are we doing this? Based on an in-depth research exercise in which we analyze studies and reference sources, we integrate primary social foresight research, qualitative analysis with in-depth interviews with 11 experts, and a survey with over 2,100 answers by professionals that allows us to offer a perspective of where the strategic positioning of companies will evolve.
The 9th edition of Approaching the Future presents 9 key trends shaping the corporate landscape. 9 years and 9 major trends that impact the strategic agenda of organizations from a transversal and interconnected vision of the management of intangible assets.
The data reveals that the aspects classified as being the most important are related to an underlying issue that has been analyzed in recent years in Approaching the Future: the search for new models of more responsible organizations with conscious leadership and the creation of balanced, long-term value for all stakeholders.
In a global context of geopolitical and economic instability, political and social polarization, environmental and technological risks, and a general sense of uncertainty, organizations are placing more importance than ever on corporate reputation. In fact, corporate reputation leads the ranking of trends in ATF 2024. 6 out of 10 professionals consider it the most important intangible asset. 7 out of 10 state that in the last 3 years, its weight has increased significantly in their organizations. It is also the issue that is growing the most in terms of effort and resources devoted to it, up 7.8 points.
Alongside reputation and reputational risk, responsible leadership, understood as a conscious management model, guided by corporate purpose, and a strong culture anchored in values and principles, is the second most relevant trend for companies, and the first if we take senior management as a reference. 53.3% say they are dedicating resources to developing it. And in these new leadership models, practicing active listening to stakeholders and being able to align their concerns with the corporate purpose are the main challenges.
Sustainability is consolidating its place in the top 3 priority trends for organizations. Moreover, it is the most important area and the one most worked on by the segment of large companies, more than 5,000 employees. Thus, 7 out of 10 large companies allocate resources and energy to this area as a priority, 70.3%. Furthermore, this year we can see a more integrated view of sustainability in relation to a greater balance in the efforts and progress being made by organizations in environmental, social, and governance terms.
Corporate purpose rises 2 places in the importance ranking to 4th place, with 51.7% of organizations making progress in this trend. It is, in turn, and after reputation, the second aspect that grows the most in terms of effort and resources dedicated with respect to 2023, up by 5.4 points. There is also special interest on the part of senior management, 54.1%, where it is the aspect that has grown the most since the previous edition.
Corporate communication is consolidated for the second consecutive year as the issue on which most work and resources are being dedicated. With more than half, 54.3% of entities making progress in all forms of communication, and with an accumulated increase of 14.1 points since 2022, which demonstrates its strategic importance in the model of a company with a future. It is also identified as the issue to which senior management, 55.4%, communication thus reinforces its strategic dimension, which stands out both for its internal impact in its transforming role in activating corporate purpose and favoring internal alignment, and its external impact in its role as a builder of non-copyable differentiation, strengthening corporate reputation and highlighting the value of the sustainability strategy anchored in this top-level narrative.
Digitalization and cybersecurity remain a key trend. Although from a global point of view it ranks 6 in importance, 6 out of 10 large companies are working on its promotion as a priority.
Corporate branding rises 1 place in the ranking of importance, and it is still an area that is increasingly being worked on and resourced by organizations. However, in this edition, it has a more moderate but equally positive growth than in the previous edition, up 3.1 percentage points. It is worth noting that it is the 5th trend to which most efforts and resources are devoted by senior management.
Managing new working models has been consolidated in the business agenda with a relatively stable score in the ranking of trends since 2022. An evolution towards more dynamic, collaborative and transversal working models is identified, with 42.1% of organizations working on this as a priority.
Artificial intelligence emerges as a priority topic, although still incipient on the intangible management agenda. A testament to its current and potential impact on the management of intangible assets and the transformation of the way people and organizations work. In this sense, 28.5% of all the organizations consulted are working on its development.
Organizations are facing disruptive changes in dynamic and highly competitive environments marked by crises and various risks that give rise to significant reputational challenges. As a result, this year's reputation is the most important issue for organizations and the one that is growing the most in terms of investment. New this year, Approaching the Future takes a closer look at the state of corporate reputation management. It shows that more than half of the companies, 54.2%, are actively working and dedicating resources to reputation management.
The issues that companies prioritize and dedicate the most resources to are 1. Improvement and strengthening plans, 39.7%. 2. Identifying, preventing, and mitigating reputational risks, 37%. And 3. Measuring reputation, 34.3%. However, it is worth noting that 56.9% of the professionals surveyed claim not to be measuring reputation in any way. Of those who do measure it, 43.1%, almost half of the professionals, 49.7%, indicate that the measurement method they use is direct stakeholder surveys, while 31.9% rely on reputation rankings.
One of the most relevant questions for understanding how reputation is being managed is the area or department that leads reputation management. And according to the results of this edition, 50.9% say that, in their companies, reputation is integrated into the functions of the communication department, while 20.2% include it in the area of public affairs and institutional relations. On the other hand, with regard to reputation reporting, one can see a clear influence and presence of this topic at the decision-making tables, with almost 7 out of 10 organizations, 68.6%, whereby reputation is part of the agenda of senior management. Specifically, 32.8% of organizations report regularly to the board of directors and the management committee. 29.9% report their performance and results only to the management committee, and 4.9% only to the board. A mere 3 out of 10 organizations, 32.3%, state that they do not report on reputation.
We can see signs of maturity in the evolution and understanding of reputation management, with 48.5% of organizations claiming to have a global reputation KPI. However, there is still a long way to go, especially when it comes to linking reputation with management and employee compensation and remuneration mechanisms. Only 16.4% of organizations link the global reputation KPI to management remuneration. In any case, although this may seem like a low figure, it demonstrates a clear commitment on the part of some organizations to introduce reputation into their business and organizational model, thus facilitating the implementation of a strategy of long-term value creation and connection and engagement with their stakeholders. It is therefore important to closely monitor the evolution and integration of this area in organizations.
This edition of Approaching the Future has relied on a significant participation of senior executives, reaching 39.3% of the sample, CEO, presidents and board members. The importance of the main global issues is shared by the different professionals participating in the research, regardless of their role. However, interesting nuances are identified that allow for a more precise understanding of the vision and management perspective on the most relevant issues that condition business strategy. Responsible leadership takes first place. It is positioned equally in all geographies, demonstrating the awareness that senior executives are acquiring of the importance of promoting and guaranteeing more responsible corporate cultures, capable of generating shared and balanced value and adopting a vision of long-term value creation. It is also worth noting the increased importance they attach to reputation and to driving corporate purpose. Among the work priorities and dedication of resources for senior management, communication is, for the second consecutive year, the trend in which 55.4% of the executives surveyed are making most progress. The importance given to corporate purpose stands out, which is positioned as the issue to which the senior management devotes the second most effort and resources, 54.1%, even higher than the global average, 51.7%. It is also the aspect that has grown the most compared to 2023, up by 7.3 points, when it was in 7th position, 46.8%. Responsible leadership, 53.5%, is in 3rd place as an issue that is not only important, but also one that more than half are working on, with an increase of more than 4 points compared to 2023. Next, 50.8% of senior management dedicates resources as a priority to corporate reputation management, which is the 3rd aspect with the highest growth in resources and efforts. Other issues to which senior management dedicates resources include corporate branding, 47%, which is the 5th most worked on.
This edition of Approaching the Future has relied on a significant participation of companies with over 5,000 employees, reaching 21.9% of the total sample. For these types of companies, sustainability is the most important trend in 2024, and it is also the area to which they devote the most resources and efforts. Specifically, 7 out of 10 large companies focus on sustainability, almost 20 points above the global average, 51.8%. Corporate reputation, responsible leadership, and purpose are also among the priorities of large companies. A significant aspect in the case of large companies is the importance they give to digitalization and cybersecurity, which is valued as the 4th most important issue, 2 places above the global ranking, and is, after sustainability, the 2nd most invested in, 62.2%, a figure consistent with a context full of risks, followed by investment in corporate reputation, 55.3%, purpose, 48.2%, and corporate communication, 47.6%.
So, these are the trends presented in Approaching the Future 2024. The revolution of intangible assets is here to stay, and that is why this report is such a significant tool. Because in each edition, it allows us to get closer to the keys to the model of a company with a future. We trust that these insights will accompany you on your reputational journey and that of your organization on the intangible assets management roadmap.
It is now up to you to discover each trend and help your organization navigate in a context where only those organizations that understand the transformative role of intangible assets management will be able to be catalysts for change and generators of long-term value. Dive into Approaching the Future 2024 and discover the keys to move towards business excellence.